Hey my peeps, today on Manly Makes we're going to bring a little calm and meditation to your shower. So if you've ever walked into a metaphysical shop or an import shop, you may have smelled a little bit of incense called Nag Champa. So it's a nice lighter weight, not as strong as patchouli, and we're going to put it in our shower steamers today. So we're going to get all of our ingredients together. You've got your baking soda, citric acid, some menthol crystals and alcohol, a little bit of colorant, but of course, safety first. There you go, got those gloves on. So now that we're all suited up, we have a sifter. We're going to start in with the baking soda. The ingredients will be down in the description below. The first thing you're going to want to do is sift your baking soda. Get those clumps out. It's just going to make for a smoother product. So we're going to get that done. Through the magic of video, it's already sifted. So go ahead and move your sifter to the side. Check out the consistency. But don't play with it too much because you don't want it to reclump. Next, we're going to take a little bit of Brown-Eyed Girl Mica from Make Your Own Buzz. It's a great mica, super pretty, but a little bit does go a long way, as we will see shortly. And that's what we call foreshadowing. So, one almost toppled over ring light later. I'm going to add that little bit of mica powder in there. See, I started to take it out, and I thought, no, it's fine. I may or may not regret that decision later. So, cap that because we don't want it to spill all over the place. Set it to the side. Straighten up my little mess that I made there when everything kind of toppled over. Yeah, we're in California. There was no earthquakes though. Just me being a mess. So we have dissolved a bit of menthol crystals in the alcohol. That's what's in that little container to the left. We're going to use that in a bit. But first we're going to mix up our color as soon as I figure out which side of the table I want to be on. Okay, I picked a side. So I'm back with the colorant and a little bit of coconut oil. So we're going to mix this color up. See, it looks nice and sandy. It's not too dark at all. And then I remember that once you get mica wet, it's going to get darker. But we'll see how that works out for us. So I'm going to mix it. Going to get it nice and even so you don't have any splotches. Dust that off. Get our coconut oil ready. There we go, Melissa. Put down the blender. Okay. Coconut oil is all nice and melted, not too hot. Pour it in. And that's when we realized that it got a little dark. It's okay though. It does work out. So we have Nag Champa fragrance oil from Brambleberry. We're going to add a little bit of that in to our mixture here. Now the nice thing with shower steamers, you still want it to have a smell but not get overpowering. But since it's not something you're going to bathe in like a bath bomb, you can add a little bit extra for that good fragrance throw. So next we're going to take our blender again, mix that all nice and evenly. So at this point we just have baking soda and colorant and coconut oil and fragrance oil. So one thing I learned with making bath bombs is do your citric acid last. You'll have less likelihood of activation and everything just mixes a lot better. So I'm going to get those gloves on straight. Here is the menthol crystals that have been melted in alcohol. There's the menthol also from Make Your Own Buzz. And the rubbing alcohol, I use 99 or 91% from, this is just from Walmart, but you can get it from anywhere. And pour that in. One thing with shower steamers, I do like my mixture to be pretty wet. I just noticed that they stick better. And then go ahead and blend that up. At this point, it's going to really resemble a dark chocolate cake mix type. Which makes sense because the baking soda is wet and it gets that weird kind of consistency, but it's totally okay. And it will even out, especially once you put the citric acid in, which is next. One thing I did notice is this batter got kind of sticky, and I don't know if it was because I put a little more alcohol than usual, but it did make for some really nice, really firm shower steamers in the end. So I'm going to sift that citric acid in there and then blend up. And you see how it just kind of lightens up and it gets a little more even because it was pretty dark. And you don't want your shower steamers to be too dark because you don't want them to stain the sides of your tub or your shower, that is. But since it is a easily washed off mica, this ended up not being a problem when I tested them myself. So I decided to go with the cube mold. It's one I've used for my shower steamers. It's nice and easy, fits in the corner well, also fits on shelves, and most of my shower steamers are between 2 and 2.5 ounces. So we're going to start with the 2 ounces. What you can't see is hard to see on the upper right hand corner there is I did lay down some sheets of wax paper. You can also use parchment paper or even a plastic mat, something that you can let them sit on. I would not use anything foil or cling wrap because some of the fragrance oil or coconut oil or even the menthol crystals will start to seep as they dry. See a nice little square there? That was my little 2 ounce guy. Next we're going to make a 3 ounce. I had a special order for some 3 ounce bombs. Those will get you about 3 to 5 showers. They turned out pretty big, but they kept their shape very well. So the mold I'm using is the cube mold from Bath Bomb Express. I have a handheld bath bomb maker, which is amazing, but I was also house sitting this week and didn't want to bring the whole thing with me, so I just brought this mold. One thing that works really well are the 3D printed molds. I have some from Cada. I have some that we've made here ourselves. Those I used for the donuts from a previous video. But if I have something that I'm going to be making a lot of or that I have as a main staple like these, I really like the aluminum molds. They're just extremely sturdy and very, very much well worth it. So this little guy here is another 3 ouncer. They just ended up being great sizes for showers. So I will say I used these myself. And I had a job interview this week. I had 3 interviews with the same company, meditated, thought about my intention in the shower, and I've been at the new job for a month now. So they helped me. Hopefully they'll help you. These are actually up on the Etsy site right now for purchase. So here I'm just wrapping up what's left in the bowl. The alcohol did start to dry it out a bit, so it got a little bit clumpy, but these last few steamers were for me, so that was okay. One thing with bath bomb molds and presses, tapping them sometimes does help release it, gives it a little air pocket to let it pop right out. So I'm going to scrape right out of this bowl, wrap things up. We're going to start a meditation series with some shower steamers, so if there are any scents or fragrances that you have in mind or you would like to see, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Or you can always give me a message on Instagram or Facebook, even on TikTok now, all the socials. We like to chat, so if you have any questions or any fragrance or shape recommendations, go ahead and let me know. So one word of caution when you're using any kind of menthol crystals, they're extremely potent. So be very careful when you're washing any dishes. I ended up keeping my glasses on during the whole time because they do get a little stingy if you get it too close. So this batch yielded about 22 steamers with the different sizes. And it was just great to have a nice new fragrance in the shop. So if you're still here at the end, thank you very much. You're the best. Go ahead and follow us on all of the socials and TikTok, and don't forget to check out the Etsy shop for new goodies. All right, bye.